Hey traders, TG Watkins here. It is August 4th when I'm recording this. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to your free video. I'm going to be showing you guys a couple things around the market since we did have that big drop on Friday. I do want to show you that that was predictable. We saw it coming. I'm going to show you a couple things about that. And then we'll talk about a couple trades that are kind of interesting out there that you might want to know about. I did want to show you guys that in my trading room on Friday, because the market went down, we were very well prepared for this. In fact, we had been taking off a lot of profits, cashing in some good stuff. We went short on a few things. Most of them worked out and in a nice, really big way. And so I just want to show you some comments that we've had in our room that we are finally getting that flush that we've been waiting for. And it looks like, tariff panic and all that, whatever the reasons were, there were a few reasons on Friday that the market sold off. And it's going to put we have a call credit spread into profitable territory. And thank you for the guidance and patience on this thing. So I was getting a lot of that on Friday. So I just want to show you guys what it's like inside of the Moxie trading room. We have a great time. It's good atmosphere, good vibes, and all of that. And then also kind of put my mouth or my money where my mouth is. This is one of the accounts that I trade. And these are the call credit spreads that they're talking about. And you can see here that on Friday, it was a $27,000 day for this particular account. Between the two call credit spreads we have, it was up 42%. Now, this is not the same number today because the market's bouncing, but you can see that these things are for August 15th. Now, I don't know if I'm going to keep them till August 15th, but I do think that we have a little bit more downside in the market. I don't know if it's going to be big or small or something like that, but I'm going to let these things continue to work. And I just want to show you, yeah, this is how either I take some downside plays or hedge nicely $27,000 just on the SPX trade. And then we had some ARKK puts, 7,000, that was 108% gain. We took the majority of those off because that was a pretty big move to the downside. I figured we were going to bounce. And then I was experimenting with some VIX calls, and they went up 89%, pretty much took all of those off. And then IWM, we have a put butterfly. You can see we're up about 60%. In fact, I would like this one to take longer because, as you guys know, a butterfly, I needed to get closer and closer to expiration, and then that would work. And then I was also trying to stick my finger in a light stock by trying to short one of the strongest stocks out there, but it's working because I did a call credit spread on AMD, and we're up a bit on that one. So I want to show you guys there. And if we look at just the SPX in general, the really big thing that I want to show you guys, and if any of you who are watching this have ever seen my YouTube videos that I have on the Profit Pilot YouTube channel and all that, over the last couple weeks I've been cautious in warning about a market drop or pullback because we were just so high up here, and I was starting to see the internals degrade. And what we could even see here was divergence. You could see that even though price on the SPX kept going higher and higher, we had this major negative divergence on the hourly Moxie indicator, and for all intents and purposes the Moxie indicator was operating below zero even though price was over the hourly 50, and that was a huge warning sign to me, which is why I was taking profits on all of my tickers in through here, and we were actually starting to set up some short trades on the SPX in through here. So here we are on Monday. We have the market jumping up pretty big, and it's a pretty natural reaction. I mean, look how big the market was down on Friday. We were way outside of the 30 ATRs. We have a giant gap. We were off all these moving averages, all that kind of stuff. So the fact that we're kind of bouncing right up here, no big deal. No big deal. I do think we're going to continue to go down. It's only one day that we finally had a pullback, so I don't think we're one day done. So I think we've come down. We'll probably bounce a little bit. We'll do something in through here, and then I would like to see if we can start to kind of work our way a little bit lower. I am just ballparking maybe 6,100. I've got some reasons for that. I at least think probably the daily 50. So can we get there? And is it going to be 5 days? Is it going to be 20 days? I don't know, but I think something like that should be happening. And if we look at the internals, I want to show you guys this, and this is another way that we were able to see that the market was starting to deteriorate underneath the surface. And you can see here, I mean, just look at how many days we had negative order flow, and then how many days we had negative advanced decline. Okay, so the downside and the weak stuff, you could probably see it with your own portfolio, really, and all the stocks that you have, that you were starting to notice that most of your stocks were starting to come down over the last week or two before the market finally dropped. So really, this shouldn't have been too much of a surprise for you. If it was, come on over to Simpler Trading, come over to Moxie, and come study with us, trade with us. All right, so let's kind of come over here. One interesting name, JOBY. My goodness. This was actually one of the names that I tried shorting, so the option that I had on that went 0, basically, so I want to be honest about that. But they are merging. They have a merger with BLDE, and they've just got some really good news with them, and unreal, just absolutely unreal that this thing was so strong. And on Friday, I could have done a better job about this, because on Friday, when the market was going down a whole lot, JOBY wasn't going down. That really should have been a signal to me. Unfortunately, I was traveling and I didn't have my brain right on this. And then you could even see that price held the moving average right there, and then I guess the news came out and now it's up like this. So just hindsight's 2020. This one definitely should have been more obvious to me on Friday, but wow, an absolutely strong name. So if you guys like this one, a little hard to chase it here, but just in general looking absolutely incredible. AEO, American Eagle, yeah, lots of controversy out there, isn't there? But hey, no news is bad news, or no publicity is bad publicity, right? So if you look at this, how much are you going to be upset about this? Maybe somebody bought the dip, which it looks like a lot of people sure did. And you look at something like this, maybe it's a little tough to just be like, oh, I'm going to just dump in and go for it. But yeah, buy that dip, and you can see that price is up here, and you can see that price actually came down and tested that moving average on the daily chart. There's volume coming into this, so love it or hate it, if AEO sure looks like it is doing well as far as the stock itself, and there's definitely something to be said about that. Another one, AFRM, that I'm looking at. This name is also looking very strong. I was waiting for the market to pull back in order to help determine which names out there are strong, and it was kind of a litmus test. When the market goes down 2% like that, you can then look the next day and see, well, what held up well? Well, AFRM sure looks like it's holding up very, very well. It did go down on Friday, it did, but now look at it. Looks pretty good to me. So I think this is another name that you're going to probably want on your list, and might want to do something about it also for longer term, because it does look pretty good to me, and it looks to me like it wants to start breaking out at some point. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Remember, if you guys are having a hard time with this market or kind of got surprised by Friday, come on over to the Moxie room. We were prepared for this very much, and hopefully there's a little bit more downside in order to help rest the market, and then we can resume, because remember, it's still a bull market. We just need to have a little bit of a pullback. All right, guys, thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Hey, TG here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like or comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my market analysis. Or you can join my free newsletter with the link in the description. Good trading, and I'll see you at the next video.